listeners, we have moseyed on into our second part.
Yes.
So,
Sorry.
so this one is going to be. We can make it as brief as we want, but this one is more so like a band you like, this your favorite song of theirs, and a song you don't like so much.
This is easy.
Quick, easy, to the point. Venom, take it away.
So I'll just say Judas Priest. I almost went with something way different, but might as well just say Judas Priest. A favorite or the favorite?
Just a favorite, just to keep it like simple.
I had answers anyway, but I'm gonna go with a favorite. It's not the favorite, but it's up there. It's really up there. And it's from their Stained Class album. The song is called Beyond the Realms of Beyond the Realms of Death, Beyond the Realms of Life and Death. Let me go back to because it's been a while. Beyond the Realms of Death, yeah. And the song is, it's essentially supposed to be like somebody. It's a song about suicide, essentially, and
fantastic.
But it's, I mean, if that song is about suicide, it's one of the greatest suicidal songs of all time. It's supposed to be somebody just taking matters into their own hands and describing what they feel and everything. And oh my God, that song is even if you had no vocals, it's so fucking masterful how all the compositioning and the arrangements are done. Like these dudes are the metal gods, That's just one song.
I was about to say, what was that song from back in the day that was like cut my life into pieces? What was that song called?
I know what you're talking about. Can't think of the name.
This is my last resort or whatever.
Suffocation.
By Disturbed?
No.
Is it a Disturbed song?
No, that's not Disturbed.
This is my last resort. Wait a minute. That was Foo Fighters. Is that not Foo Fighters?
It's Papa Roach.
Papa Roach. There we go.
Last Resort.
Last Resort. There we go. Okay. I was like, Disturbed. Nah, bro. Nah,
yeah, damn, we were all over the place.
Yeah, I was about to say we were all wrong.
Excuse me.
We're leaking our age again.
Oh my God.
Close the hatches.
I've seen it. It's okay. They don't know. They don't really know.
Yeah. But okay, so
that's one song.
That's your favorite. So what's
and what
song
sucks,
you don't like?
Well, before I move on, I just like to fun fact about the song. Somebody apparently committed suicide to the song, even though it's not a song glorifying it or anything. It just so happens to be a dark tale about somebody going through something, and eventually they commit suicide in the song. But it's one of the most beautifully composition songs you will ever listen to in your life. It's so fucking amazing, the work they put into that. But one of the songs that I just think about that I don't like is, it's called You Got Another Thing Coming. I think that's the name of the song. And it just feels pretty basic metal / basic rock, especially for the 80s. It could be late 70s if I remember correctly. But it's more than likely late 70s, early 80s. And it's one of those songs where you can you listen to it and you could classify it as dad rock. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard of songs where they call them dad rock. Maybe Jihad has, but yeah.
The Eagles.
Yeah.
Bro, no, not like this.
Hold on. Oh, no. I'm sorry. You Got Another Thing Coming is in Screaming for Vengeance, which is one of I think it's from 84. The early 80s. One of the best albums I've ever heard. I don't know. It just like it's a song that I can listen to and vibe with, but I'll say it like it's not one of my favorite. I don't think it's one of my favorites at all. I think it's one of their weaker songs, but you know,
I mean,
that's why.
not every song is gonna be a banger.
Yeah, not every song is going to be a banger, even though they were pretty much like banger after banger back then. But yeah, that's one of their weaker songs for me, you know. So I'll say that. You got another thing coming.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
The Metal Gods. Listen to them. Now off to either one of you.
Mammoth, go ahead.
I went with Linkin Park.
Ooh.
And the song, well, not I don't know if it's my favorite song of theirs, but it's one I've been listening to a lot lately, is Waiting for the End.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is. Because, like, when I first started listening to them, it was just like, you know, Numb, Crawling, Bleed It Out. You know? that was what was on all the AMVs.
Yeah, I was about to say that was like most of the songs that we listened to were like from AMVs, or we used them in AMVs.
Meteora tracks as well. More Meteora tracks. A lot of Meteora was big in the AMV shit.
But yeah, Waiting for the End is just I don't know when I started listening back to them again, but that's like been at the top of my re-listen imaginary playlist. I can't tell you how many times I've replayed it in like the past day. I don't know what it is. It's just like, oh, it's just really getting me in the feels. It's making me feel nostalgic for the olden days. And as far as like a song I don't like, I couldn't find a song I actually dislike of theirs. But there are certain recordings of the Numb Encore they did with Jay-Z where it doesn't sound right depending on where you're listening to it. And I mean like I don't know if it's like a proper studio version or if it was just like remastered from like a live performance, but it doesn't. There's certain moments where it doesn't flow. Like some of the flow gets altered, and I'm like, I feel like this could have been edited a little better, or maybe it should just stay like a live performance.
Okay.
I don't dislike the song, but it can be a little difficult to digest depending on where you're listening to it at. Yeah.
I mean, it's a Jay-Z collab album, so.
No,
I mean, I like a lot of his work, but I mean, I remember when they announced that album, and I was like, why?
I mean, I get the song. It's just, I guess technically it has problems.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't too big into Jay-Z, and I wasn't really even listening to rap like that. But even then, and Linkin Park dabbles in hip hop, but I mean, no,
bro,
that was not the guy to get. I mean, even though he was the biggest guy, So yeah.
Okay. So for mine, I had a difficulty with this one because, like, if you were to ask me right now, I feel like I have a few favorites. Like, Gorillaz is definitely up there, but we literally just spent the first half just listening and digesting their stuff. So I'm gonna go with someone I feel. I'm gonna go with them. Outkast.
Hey.
They are, if I had to say, they are probably one of the groups that I'm like, listen, there's so many of their songs that I like, so many that I'll listen to over and over. So my favorite song from them is not Hey Ya or what's the other one?
I hear Hey Ya on the radio all the time.
It is played religiously. Fresh and Clean. Yeah, that's the other one. Or Roses. The one that I like the most is Elevators.
Actually, Hey Yeah is. I didn't know this was the song, but holy crap, is that song was heavily played in the mid 2000s, man. You would hear that shit. I don't care how racist it sounds, man. Like they everywhere that was usually had like enough black people in Atlanta had this song. Like all the fucking time. You would hear it at malls. Like
That makes sense.
yeah, I
It's
mean,
Atlanta.
yeah, I know,
Bruh,
but
do you
it
not know where we
makes
live?
sense. It does make sense, but I'm talking about like it's just everywhere all the fucking time.
That was like
I hear
back
it
in the
every now and
day.
then right now.
That was like back in the day when he used to play "Bring Me to Life" everywhere.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
the
Like,
first time I heard this, Hey Yeah, was in Rebound with Martin Lawrence.
bruh,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He played like a
Basketball
basketball
coach.
coach. Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
god.
That was a very offbeat, off kilter movie. That was back when like his career was kind of going the tail end of his popularity.
yeah,
But I liked the movie. I like the song, but I feel you.
yeah. That's why I said I chose Elevators. It's like I'm not gonna say it's not as well known, but like in comparison to Hey Ya or like Roses, it I don't feel like it's ever talked about enough or talked a lot about. But that's like the one I just listen to as I just drive. Like it's just such a it's like a chill beat, Like a lot of their songs are kind of upbeat, like kind of groove, like dance kind of music. Especially Fresh and Clean, so fresh and so clean. Ooh, that's a good one, bruh. But from them, I would say my least favorite is the Rosa Parks song. And I only say that because I don't know, it never really vibed with me. And I don't know if you guys know this, but when they released that song, Rosa Parks herself was like, I don't like this song. Which I was like, well, that sucks now because they already produced it and are making money off of it. So it's kind of like, well, like it's almost like how we were saying earlier with the Silent Running song. It was like there's so many ways to interpret what they're saying, the visuals, what's going on, and what it means to you personally. Even though she didn't like the song, it's like, okay, this is their interpretation of like what happened with her. So I'm like, it's not necessarily for everyone to like, but it's like, okay, this is our interpretation of how we feel about it. But long story short, I just didn't like it. I don't think it's not a bad song. It just didn't, like vibe with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like with them. Oh, this is a interesting topic, but do you guys remember Class of 3000 from Cartoon Network?
Yeah.
Yep.
So the other day I found their soundtrack for that show on Amazon, and I was just listening to it and I was like, dang, this is pretty good, I mean, it was a show about music, so I was like, you would hope it would be somewhat decent.
Back when Cartoon Network still took risks.
Yeah, when they actually
Now everything looks like
Steven Universe.
yes.
Leave him alone.
The more cracked out cartoons, bro.
Well, think of that as a compliment, Mammoth, that the show was so
influential in that way
to where everyone wanted to be it. But back then, it was like we got Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. We got Blues, the House for Imaginary Friends. We had Class of 3000, where there were so many unique animations and styles of art that
there was a lot of variety.
There was
style.
There,
a lot.
I think, it wasn't just the golden age of gaming back then. It was the golden age of cartoons, at least in America.
I mean, it was golden age for a lot of
mediums.
A
lot of stuff at the time, and it's like, damn, Like that is not happening with American cartoons.
now.
But you know what? That's not fair for me to say because it is. It's just not the way it used to be.
Well,
All on
no,
Cartoon
I
Network
think
or Nickelodeon. It's
I
on
think-
streaming services.
well, I think it is fair to say because at that point it was like it felt more what's the word? Genuine.
Genuine and organic.
Yeah, it was like I just want to produce something that is of my own creation, like Disney XD. Like now that I have baby girl, it's like I'm rewatching a lot of stuff. And so here's an example.
You're making sure what's appropriate.
For the most part. So I was watching. You guys remember Bear in the Big Blue House?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The goat.
Yeah.
The goat. He always held it down in the morning for you with the hot glass of milk. And always held it down in the morning, ready
Dude.
for the morning stuff, man.
So-
I love Bear in the Big Blue House, bro.
So we're like rewatching that, and every episode they have like the musical numbers where Bear or like everyone else sings, and we were watching something else, like something more recent. It was something called Donkey Hody or something, and I was listening to the music, and I was like, they sound off key. It doesn't sound good.
The Disney show?
Well, not the Disney show, but what I mean is like a kid's cartoon.
No, I know, but it was like on Disney XD
not-
or something.
Not necessarily a kid cartoon, but like kid entertainment because that was like puppets and the guy was in a suit. But what I mean is like the quality and the approach to that medium.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, do you guys remember PB&J Otter?
I know the name.
Yeah. Let me look it up real quick.
You'll
PB&J
probably
Otter.
recognize it when you see it.
Yes, I do. I remember
So
this. I don't think I
Yep.
watched it, but I may have watched it maybe a couple times. I do know of it, and I remember that fish. It looked like that.
I think it's the same
Definitely
guy who
same list.
did Doug.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But long story short, I was listening to like the music from the Big Bear, Bear in the Big Blue House versus this other, kid show. So back then versus now. And I was like, this sounds like trash.
Oh no.
Like Bear in the Big
A
Blue
modern
House.
Disney cartoon sounded like garbage when it came to their tracks. I mean,
Dude,
I did not see that coming. Let me tell you.
I was like, you have all this money and, potential and it's squandered. Like, long story short, it's like when I listen to Bear in the Big Blue House and it's like, okay, they know what they were doing. They understood what they were going for and it sounded more kid-like. It sounded more fun.
Yeah.
But now it's like, well, we're just gonna sing. We're just gonna make songs. They don't have to make sense. And I'm like,
That sounds that I don't mean to. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but this is exactly what South Park said about Japanese songs utilizing English in them.
oh my god,
When they made the episode where the kids are essentially like playing like ninjas and whatever, and they made the song protect my balls.
Yes,
and they
I
make
remember.
everybody like a reference to like an anime or video game. So like Stan is Ryu, Cartman I think is the fat sumo dude from Street Fighter, shit like that.
Honda?
Yeah, Honda. Yeah, and they're like this song in the background is in Japanese. And the lyrics are so like self-aware. It's like none of these lyrics make sense. We use English where it doesn't belong, but it's okay. We do it all the time.
What the-
I'm translating the song because you would never know that's what they're saying, but that's what the subtitles are in the
Bruh.
episode. And it's like, oh my god, this is so funny because first of all, it's Matt Stone and Matt Stone / Trey Parker singing this stupid ass song, and it's funny. It sounds fire at the same time, and they're saying shit that's true. It's like, dude, that is so true. Do you know how many Naruto songs they implemented English in, and the English just does not fit, but it is what it is, and you vibe with it anyway? Like, come on, we are fighting dreamers, like
Dude.
that
Oh,
fucking
no.
song. Let's go my way right here, right now. You bust like a drunken rider right here, right now. Like, what the fuck? Like, why? It's a
Again.
boss ass song, but you know what I mean?
Dude, what
I
was
get
that?
what you mean.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. There was dang, there was something I was listening to or something I was watching, and I was like listening to the Japanese version of the intro, but the American intro was just this rap intro, and I was like, wait, what?
Are you talking about Dragon Ball GT?
No, One Piece.
Oh, that's worse, Nick.
One Piece.
The One
Yeah,
Piece.
Remember?
Oh yeah. The shore grand line, there's no doubt. That
Yeah.
song. I'm gonna be
from the
pirate. I'm
first-
gonna be king. Yayo, yayo, yayo.
That's the. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
His name is Luffy. That's Monkey D. Luffy. Gonna be king of the
That
pirates.
feels like a 4Kids decision.
It was a 4Kids.
It was, and it was terrible. They should not have done that.
How do I know?
Yo
'Cause I
ho
was-
ho. We took a bite of gum.
Because the thing was, I was just,
That's
I don't
okay.
know how I got to that point where I was like, oh, I remember. Because I was,
A dark time for One Piece.
well, I mean, listen, I don't know what was it about Japanese cartoons with rap intros, but I mean, listen, I just skip the intro or cover my ears and then just get to the good stuff. But, yeah. Anywho, I think that is a good point or a good stop with the music discussion. Now, this last part, we're going to more so agree on what we're going to do for the following episode. So Mammoth brought up a good point, or definitely a good suggestion. So for the next episode, we're going to delve into video games. Again, listeners, we are trying to
Diversify our bonds.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And next on the chopping block is video games. And he suggested that we pick a game that is below $10 on our Steam library list. So a game that we already have that we haven't really played, and we have to play it. And basically, it's almost like show and tell. Like it's a pitch meeting. We gotta pitch our game to the viewers, to the masses.
That we've played, of course. Or no.
Well,
Ideally, that we haven't played before.
Mhm.
ideally,
Something that's just been sitting in our library.
and I would also add a caveat, because for me, there are games that I have that are cheap that I bought on discount that I don't know what that discount was.
Yeah.
And some games I have that are multiplayer, but it's like I can't really play it with. Only reason why I didn't play it was because I didn't have like someone else with the game, if that makes sense. So let's add the caveat of it is a game that you can play within your own space. So it could be single player. The spike of difficulty is not like raised because you need other people with you.
I gotcha. It's literally 97 cents. You cannot go wrong with it.
Well, it's one we already have to have, so we can't
I
buy
have it.
anything. So yeah, that one works for you. And I think I have one already. I think so. It's one that I tried to play, but I didn't really like get into it. So
Yo, Jihad, this is gonna play into me and you's libraries, man. So Deus Ex, the original, is 97 cents right now. You know what Deus Ex Human Revolution is? Director's cut, $3 right now.
Oh my god.
So either, I mean, I got both, so I don't know if you have. Oh, you have Game of the Year edition. Download Revision. It's a mod. Just patch that shit up. play that one. I can or we can mix and match. You know, I don't fucking know. Or David, what you got? What you got?
Well, I'm not gonna say what mine is until we get there.
Okay.
It's more of a like
Surprise?
back in the school, like back in school when they were like, "Oh, we're doing a book fair, so choose
Yeah.
a book and come and present." Like I said, I have a few, but it's like because the problem is like most of mine are some of the ones I have are like, okay, I need, it's like mainly multiplayer, but I'm like, I don't know why I bought this. I probably bought it just on sale. And it's like that,
like most people's Steam library.
yeah, like it's
Come get
just
the sales.
literally saturated with trash. But I think that's a good criteria because a lot of people tend to focus more so on the price. Gaming companies seem to think that the more you pay, the better the game, like price equals good game. And that's not always true. I played free games that are freaking amazing. Like, if I'm going to be honest, I play games that are less than $50 that are great. I've even played games that are like, $70 or $80 that are great. But we've definitely seen instances of games that are like almost $90 for the full package and they suck.
I mean, I believe you.
Yep.
So
I believe you.
So
I don't think we share much games in our library, or else I would have recommended one.
No, I think we have except for the games that we play together. I think we have yeah. Also, man,
could always emulate too.
Sakura Swim Club.
No. Oh, Mammoth, did you hear the Lethal Company got an update?
I did not.
Yeah, they added a few new monsters to it.
More monsters?
Cool. I saw version 50.
I saw one of them and I was like, oh, nope, I'm out. I'm leaving.
New moon, 3 new entities, a new trap, a disco ball, and more.
Yeah. Which is kind of cool because it's free.
Good.
What's better than free? And again, I'm like, oh, and the content warning, the Lethal Company inspired game, I should say. I don't want to say copy. Mm-hmm. Because they have their own style to it. Which is, it's never wrong to be inspired by something. If it's like a blatant ripoff, like there was a blatant Last of Us ripoff I remember some years ago, and it was just called The First of Us. You think I'm joking? That is a legit thing.
There's no way they're being serious. They have to be scary movieing that shit.
No, that is a literal game.
That is hilarious. You mean like Negative Zone?
Bro, no.
Dead Space Negative Zone? It's literally Dead Space with another coat of paint. It's so funny. But it looks good because obviously it's a Dead Space ripoff.
But yeah, this one is like, I mean, the mechanics and the way you play, like for content warning, you go to an area, you videotape content, you have to get the video camera back up to the surface and upload it to SpookTube. So basically you're like hunting ghosts and monsters. And I was like, okay, that's it's not too bad. But I think that is a good I think that's a good topic for the next one. I'll try to think of some other stuff too. Maybe we could do a just like how we did with the maybe we could try to figure that out. Can we do like is there a way to like capture like the stream for all of us?
Huh?
You know what I mean?
You want to capture what?
So basically, if we're all on the computer and I'm like, we're all streaming, and I wanted to capture everybody's stream. I'm gonna see if I can figure that out. There has to be some way of doing that. Because for one episode we could do it. I mean, it'd probably be more for YouTube, like a visual podcast.
I mean, we could. I mean, it's okay if we did that on YouTube.
Or we did a multiplayer game where everyone's perspective is just in one.
The way you could capture. Sorry if I sound far. The way you could capture, like, you want to capture like just one screen or like all of Discord, like.
So say we're all streaming, and I want to capture everybody's stream. Yeah, instead of all of us just like recording our own individual parts and then having to upload
but always
it or
just
send
interchange when you're recording.
That's true.
So you're just manually like going back and forth and stuff.
Ooh, I got an idea for the next one.
You know?
Oh yeah, I got an idea for the next one.
Man, I know I'm playing FF7 right now, but we already kind of talked about that, and that's really all I kind of wanted to talk about that game. For now, anyway. Are we still recording?
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay.
I haven't officially finished it yet, but I have an idea. I have an idea for the next episode. Once I finalize it, I will let you guys know, because we'll need not necessarily time to prepare, but you'll see what I mean. So viewers,
I was gonna say something. Let me see. Oh yeah, I was just gonna say just about the Deus Ex shit. It might actually be the OG Deus Ex if I do end up playing something. Only because it's like solo. Barely any of my games that I have are like 10 or below. Like I even went to Chrono Trigger, dog, which I have played, mind you. But that shit was like $15.
Dang,
like
bro.
just straight up retail on Steam, and it's like, oh my god,
Dang.
I can't even use that. But I've played that one, so it may be Deus Ex or a smaller indie game that I have, like Oxenfree. Have y'all heard of that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I've had for years. I still haven't played it, but it's one of those. It was around that time that like PS4 first came out. Game came out like in 2016, and there was some really good oh, it's $10 right now. There was some really good indies from that era and that time period, like Tacoma. Oh my god, I don't know if y'all have Tacoma. I so recommend that one. Tacoma or Gone Home. I don't know if any of y'all have those games. Do y'all?
I think I have Gone Home.
Yes, have you beat that?
No, I think that's sitting in my library.
Dude. Start it, beat it. You can literally beat it in like 2 to 3 hours. Not even kidding. It's $3 right now.
I bet.
Yeah, highly recommend. Fucking amazing game. It got the horror vibes in there, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna really like the game. It's not what you think it is, but it's a really good game. Highly recommend.
Bet.
It's one of those. It's a more passive game, you know, because you don't really do much. I'm just gonna tell you right now, in case you haven't played it. It takes place in 1995, so it was right at home somehow.
The page does say walking simulator.
Yes, but it says walking simulator, but you're not just walking. You're essentially interacting with whatever's in your house. So you're a chick that's come from a trip in Europe. You come back, you find that your home, nobody's in there. No, everyone's gone. Nobody's at the house, and you're going around the whole house figuring out what happened, and over the course of the whole game, you're finding out stuff about who the people are that live there, maybe even yourself. It's really good, like a story-driven game, kind of like Life is Strange or Walking Dead, Telltale. It's like that kind of game. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of game. It's good though. Good.
I'll just go and add it to my cart.
Only 3 gigs, B. It's only 3 gigs.
That's another thing. I really do like games that are very robust but you don't have to spend like 20 hours downloading it.
Hey man, Blasphemous though, 624. Anybody wants to get on that Blasphemous hype? Oh, you already have it. John, get on that shit, man. I'm telling you. Well, you can't beat it in 2 or 3 hours, so I might not recommend that.
I was about to say, I feel like that one takes a little bit longer.
I've packed in how many hours into that bitch? 99.8 hours.
Oh my god.
I've beaten it 4 times. Take that as you will.
That's almost
I
like
had to get the real endings, man.
that was almost like me when I first found Outlast and I played it like 3 times.
Oh, Outlast.
Dude, that game was like revolutionary to me. I was like, dude, this is so messed up, but I love it too.
Outlast 2 though. I still have it. Haven't played.
That game is good.
But that new one though, the
Trials.
Trials.
I've seen gameplay for it, and I was like, it's a good concept.
Dude, March? I forgot. And it has very positive reviews, 40,000 plus reviews.
For what?
The Outlast Trials. And it's co-op. Wink.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you don't want to play that game by yourself, trust me.
I don't?
No, you don't. It was almost it's almost like GTFO. Which we only played
hard.
Like we only played that game once. But,
wait, but was that hard? But was it hard like GTFO?
Outlast Trials?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never played it. I just saw like gameplay for it, and from what I've seen, yeah.
GTFO was pretty hard when we were playing that.
And it was so funny because we only played like 2 or 3 times, and then just abandoned that thing.
Well, it's not in early access anymore, so if we want to go in and see how it is now, I'm all game.
Just look at the reviews, man.
I mean, very positive.
GTFO.
Fucking Brayden recommended by your friend. Bad game, positive review.
I was gonna say, I feel like some people do that because it was like, in order to stand out amongst the sea of red, they'll put a positive review.
No.
Based on what I'm seeing, though, everyone's saying this game is.
That defeats the purpose.
Everyone is There's a review that's positive that says, "I love dying at the end of a 2-hour run."
I mean, aside from sarcasm.
Oh no.
Someone's like, "Allah save me."
I see that one. Oh my god, no.
Yeah,
okay.
we're gonna have to hop on this shit at some point just for funsies.
But all right, viewers, we're just rambling on right now. But
we are rambling.
But the next episode will be video games. As I said, we will pick one that we already have in our library that we've not touched or barely touched. We're gonna play that for at least 2 hours and then bring it to the class to present it. But aside from that, I don't have anything else to leave you guys with. Mammoth, Venom, anything you got to say before we close out?
Do not be surprised, listeners, if this session leads to multiple game sessions, at least in episodes. Because I feel like me and my other buddies, Trung, Jesse, and them, we've been like just thinking. We've been talking a lot about like remakes because Trunk's playing. He's been on Remake 2. He just beat Remake 3, and he's on 4 right now, which is the one we've all been waiting for him to get on. So like I've been watching him play. Yeah. Remake 4.
One of my coworkers is playing Remake 4 right now.
Hell yeah, dude! I have not played Dead Space Remake, though it's coming. I haven't
played it either.
I have not played it, though. I'm gonna guess it's the greatest remake of all time, only because it was already better than RE4 to begin with, and Dead Space Remake has fucking randomizer.
I mean, it's still $60.
I have it, but didn't you give it to me, Jihad?
I don't know. Maybe.
Somebody bought it for me, and I always forget who. But because I sure didn't buy that. However, that game, I mean, I just figured it was better because of that, and like it's never gonna be the same ever when you play that game. No matter whether you load your save, whether you revive, whether you start the game fresh, nothing is gonna be the same. Fucking sparks in the environment from maybe an electrical cable will not be the same, maybe. Potentially. At least that one I have doubts on. But like enemies, smoke, sounds, never the same. Come on, man. That's crazy. But anyway, Ari, yeah. We might end up talking about remakes at some point. You never know, listeners and viewers, because
that might be the next episode after that one.
Yeah, that might be the next episode after that one, and it's actually an interesting conversation because they're remakes. They're not new games. However, they're also new games because it's weird. It's such a weird relationship.
A form never seen before.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to it.
It depends on the level of remake, and that definition is so loosely used sometimes, where it's like, is this really
remaster? Is like that. People use remake and that and remasters so much interchangeably. It's like, guys, why are y'all pretending like y'all don't know? Like y'all don't know that there's a difference. There's clearly a difference. Remasters literally just getting the same thing and cleaning it up.
Dude, you've been listening and reading game journalism in the past couple of months. People don't know the difference between up and down anymore.
They don't. And yeah.
So remake and remasters we will educate the masses. But yeah, Mammoth, anything?
Nothing I can think of off the top of my head.
Fantastic. Well, viewers, either if you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure to like, subscribe, share it, do all the good stuff. If you're listening to this on a podcast, whatever platform you're listening to, please make sure to also like, share. I don't know if you can subscribe. I'm pretty sure you can, which is probably just be in the form of following, because I know that's how they do it on Amazon Prime. And I think Spotify does that too.
If you're on Good Pods, I think you can do that too.
Where you follow?
Yeah. If you're on Good Pods, yeah, you can do that. If you're on YouTube, leave that thumbs up. Subscribe, man.
And
we're going to give you more content. We're going to give you more footage, especially if you like to watch stuff with your podcast. Don't worry. We got footage coming. Don't worry about it.
Like a nice cup of tea. Yes. Maybe we'll incorporate gaming as we talk. That could be a thing. But we will work out the logistics as we go. But listeners, please enjoy the rest of your day. Continue to be awesome. And peace out.
Peace.